Hey, how's it going? This is Grant Luna with Fidelity National Title. And in this video, I'll be showing you how to use Fidelity Total Farm's new Ringless voicemail feature. So this is something similar to Slide Broadcast, which some of you may have used before, which allows you to deliver a voicemail to any phone numbers that you'd like. You basically import a file along with an audio file, and it will deliver that audio file as a voicemail to all of those phone numbers. They won't actually get a phone call, but they will get that notification and the voicemail. So now Fidelity Total Farm can do pretty much the same thing, but the nice thing is it can be launched to any farm of your choosing. So works really well for promoting a recent sale, an open house. Maybe you have an event coming up that you want to invite some of the neighbors to. This can be a great way to create a farm of your choice and then launch a voicemail campaign for 10 cents a record. So in this video, I'll show you how to navigate Fidelity Total Farm, find this Ringless voicemail system, and then how to actually launch one of these campaigns. So first things first, if you don't have a Fidelity Total Farm account, you need one in order to use this feature. There is a link in the description for an easy to follow setup guide. You can get your own account and then just follow along with this video. And the second thing is, obviously you will need a farm to launch one of these Ringless voicemail campaigns too. If you don't know how to create a farm, there's another link in the description for a video that shows you 4 different ways to create a farm within Fidelity Total Farm. There's a few different ways they actually can do it, but we'll just work under the assumption that you do have a farm created and you want to launch one of these campaigns. So the first thing is you actually need to purchase the phone numbers associated with these farms before you actually launch the campaign. So I'll go into one of these here that I haven't purchased the phone numbers for before to show you what happens. So this is the farm. I clicked on the farm name. I'm brought into the farm menu where obviously I'll see all of the farm information such as the owner's names, the address when they purchase the property, what they purchase it for, etc. As usual within Fidelity Total Farm, you have the ability to filter this data down, such as out of state, absentee, occupied. You can filter by length of ownership, empty nesters, etc. There's a lot that you can do with this system, but what we are interested in today is launching a Ringless voicemail. So we can work under the example case that this is a recent listing that you sold and you want to launch a voicemail campaign basically promoting that closing and then seeing if they want a free market evaluation. So what you can do now is go to this share button over here at the top right of the screen, and you'll see in this drop down it says Ringless voicemail. So you can select Ringless voicemail, then this menu will appear, and this is where it shows you actually need to have the phone numbers before you can actually do one of these campaigns. It says, you presently have not yet purchased phones for this farm. You need phones to send Ringless voicemails. Close here and you can go to your filter of choice and use the action button to purchase phones. Phones are 8 cents each. So I'll show you how to do that really quick, and also just take note that you can actually get phone numbers for cheaper at 6 cents per record within the system. So I'll select close now. And let's say that I wanted to get the phone numbers for this entire farm. So this is 150 records that you can see down here at the bottom left of the screen. To get phone numbers, you select Actions over here at the bottom left. Then what you can do is scroll down to Get Emails and Phones. Next, you select which phone numbers you want. Do you want phone numbers associated with the mail address for that property or the site address for that property? So sometimes those could be different. If it's an absentee-owned property, the mailing address will be somewhere else, sometimes even out of state, for example. If you always want the phone number associated with that property owner, select mailing address. If you choose site address, sometimes you'll get the property owner, but sometimes you might get the phone number associated with the person renting the house. So in this example case, let's select mail address and then reverse phone all records right here. Next, it's going to say you're about to reverse phones and emails of 150 records. Don't worry that it says email here. It'll say that each time, even if you just selected phone numbers. So I'll select go to reverse. This is a phone reverse lookup within Fidelity Total Farm that will try to find as many phone numbers as it can for you. So it shows you the total number of records that you're trying to purchase, 150. Next, it'll show the potential phone match. So it's not going to say it can get all of them. It'll say it can get, in this case, around 75% of them. So you should expect around 112 phone number records. So here it gives you an initial cost of a price per record at 8 cents per record. So total potential cost of around $9. Well, like I said, you can actually get credits within the system for cheaper. So this is just prepaying up front. You can pay in increments of like $10, $20, $40, $60 if you wanted to. And it'll actually give you a discount on the credits that you're using within the system. So let's say in this case, I wanted to use credits. All I'd have to do is look at that potential credits to spend. In this case, it's saying at max, I would have to spend $9 here, but likely I'll be spending $7. So if I don't have any credits, I can select refill, go buy those 10 credits that I need. I can come back. It'll take me right back to this page, and I can select, after agreeing to the data use agreement, proceed with user credits. So from here, it'll start that phone number search and try to find as many phone numbers as it can for me. Let's say you did a big farm, maybe you stepped away and you got logged out and you want to see where your previous searches were. If you go to custom data at the top of the screen up here, and then where it says purchased probate cases, select previous reverses. So now this will show you the previous phone number searches that you've been using. In this case, I've done this search for those 150 contacts. It got me 128 contacts actually. And so now that I have those phone numbers associated with that farm, I can go back to it. So I'm going to go to view farms. I'll select recently sold listing. This is another farm that I earlier purchased the phone numbers for. So I can go to this share button once again at the top right of the screen, select Ringless voicemail. Next, it'll say this is going to cost 10 cents per voicemail. Total records 150. Phone numbers associated with this farm 128. So it's going to cost me $12.80 to send this voicemail campaign. So like I said, 128 of these will get a phone notification that they received a voicemail. It'll be your phone number associated with it, and they'll hear your audio message. So to begin creating it, all you'd have to do is select continue, and you'll be taken into that creation menu. So now that we're in this creation menu, you will just have to accept a few terms to go ahead and launch one of these Ringless voicemail campaigns. So all you have to do is just scroll through here, read these, and at the bottom, select I agree, select next. Same thing, this is part 2, more disclaimers, select I agree, then next. Another section with general terms, so you can select I agree once again, select next. Finally, it's going to have you type in I accept, that you accepted all of the terms and conditions and agreements, and have you sign this. Just hold down your mouse, click, and then just go ahead and sign. Accept the terms and conditions. Now you're in that actual creation menu. So you have two ways that you can actually do the last thing that you really need, which is to import an audio file. You can have an audio file that exists on your computer and import it that way, or you can record one from here. I chose ahead of time to record a voice memo on my iPhone. Then I just emailed that file to myself. I downloaded it to my computer. Now I can go ahead and select to add recording, and then not record audio. You'll select add recording and upload audio. From here, you choose that file that's on your computer. So I'll go to my file here, to that recent sale voicemail. I'll name it first. I'll say recent sale voicemail. Select upload. This will be the audio file, so you can select play here and you hear what it actually sounds like. You do have to confirm one further thing, and that's some of these conditions that you stated in the message, what your identity is, so your name, the company that you're working for, what the purpose of that call is, the nature of the goods or services that are offered. You state that if you are doing something like a promotion or giveaway, that no cash is needed to actually enter that. Then lastly, you state that if they don't want to actually get messages from you in the future, that they can reach out and get removed from that list. That's something you have to explicitly say within that message. I think maybe saying it at the end might be the easiest way to go about it. So lastly, you can select save here. Now this voicemail campaign will be created and saved for you. So all you'd have to do is select send right there, and it would be launched, in this case, to these 125 phone records associated with that farm that we created. Let's say you wanted to just record that audio right here on the spot. You can get rid of that original one we had by selecting this trash icon and deleting it. And instead, you can choose the input that you'll be using. I'll just use the microphone from the computer that I'm recording this video on. Next, you can select add recording, record audio, start recording here, speak into the microphone, select stop recording, then once again, just name it. Confirm that these things are true for your message, select save, and then select send. So that's how you go about launching one of these Ringless voicemail campaigns within Fidelity Total Farm. If you get stuck on these or any part of this process, feel free to leave a comment under this video. I'm happy to answer that for you. then feel free to check out the rest of my YouTube channel. There's a lot of tips somewhat similar to this, all based upon real estate and how you can grow your business this year and moving forward. Thanks for tuning in, and please feel free to like and subscribe.